Hey, how's it going? This is Mish or Mick, whatever you want to call me. And I'm going to talk to you about meal plans and why you don't really need a meal plan if you understand a few fundamentals about nutrition and calorie counting. So, calorie counting, I know at first it'll be like, oh my God, calorie counting, how can I do this? This sounds crazy. Essentially, if you're going to the gym and you're eating healthy food, it's like running a business where you have a great product and you're closing big deals. But you're not seeing money at the end of the year. Money is the goal. In business and in fitness and nutrition, the goal is whatever outcome you're looking for. So if it's weight loss and you're going to the gym and you're eating right, or at least you think you're eating right, and you're not seeing the result, that means your accounting department needs to be fixed. It just needs to be adjusted, probably just a little bit. So tracking your calories, I use an app called MyFitnessPal, allows me to see where I'm falling short. It allows me to have accountability for what I eat. And since I started using it, since I started tracking my calories, that's when I'm seeing consistent results. When I wanted to cut down from 25% to 10% body fat, all I did was track and adjust. And I kept going, and the more I inputted, the more I learned about food, the more I learned about the macros and the right ratios and how much protein I needed and all that stuff. And then when I got down to 10%, I was like, 140 pounds, and I wanted to gain weight to build some lean muscle. So then I, readjusted my macros and my calories on MyFitnessPal, and I was able to build muscle. And essentially, whatever your goal is, it all depends on calories and if you're hitting the right amount of proteins and the right amount of carbs and fats. So essentially, I wrote a blog detailing all of this specifically, but it's pretty much download MyFitnessPal. The first 3 days, just input stuff. Just input whatever you're eating. And then you'll be able to see where you're falling short. You might see, oh wow, I'm really low on protein, or I'm really high, or I'm really high fat and really low carbs. Or just by doing the homework for the first 3 days, you'll get a feel for the app. Afterwards, whatever MyFitnessPal recommended in terms of calories, based on your stats and your goals and what you want to do, follow that for 2 weeks and see if it got you any closer to your goal. Let's say your goal is fat loss and you didn't lose a single pound in those 2 weeks. It just means adjust the app slightly, lower the calories a little bit, and then see how that works out for you. And then once you get it to an optimal point where you're seeing results and it's not too low where you're starving yourself, because that's not recommended either. As soon as you get it to a nice, comfortable spot, just keep it going, and then you'll see progress every single day. And dieting doesn't mean starving, doesn't mean cutting out foods you love. It just means holding yourself accountable for what you're eating. If you know it requires 1,800 calories a day for you to lose a pound a week, then if you're eating 2,000 or 2,500 calories a day and you're not losing weight, there's no one you can blame but yourself. So it's just a personal accounting system for your nutrition that will only hold yourself accountable. 95% of people fall into the normal range. So let's say 5% of people with, special cases, maybe this won't apply for. But for the most part, if you're eating the right amount of calories, you're going to hit the goals you want to hit. For bulking up, it doesn't mean eating 10,000 calories a day, because you'll just get really fat. So it's about finding the nice balance where you can put on muscle, not too much fat, and continuously hit your goals sustainably. Whether it's weight gain or fat loss, tracking calories is really the key. So there's proteins, there's carbs, and there's fats. Those are the three macros. So the macros, protein comes from, fish or meat or beans, or I don't know, there's a bunch of vegan ones too. There's all kinds of stuff. That's where you get your protein. The carbs is anything vegetables or fruits or bread or candy, sugar. That's where you get your energy from. And the fats are for, your brain function and for, vitamin absorption. Fat is really important too. But don't go too low on fat. You need to I wouldn't recommend less than, let's say 35 grams of fat. I'm getting a little specific here, but essentially you want to get your foods from healthy sources. And once you start tracking, you're going to start to see, oh, I have room for this kind of food or this kind of food, and you'll really be able to budget your stuff. So, usually 80-20 rule, 75-25. Make 75% of it, make sure you're getting it from good whole foods, stuff that comes from the earth. When it comes from the earth, it's usually very nutrient dense. So you're going to get all your micronutrients. Micronutrients are the vitamins and minerals, essential, like we need them. If you're getting all your macros and your proteins, carbs and fats from garbage sources, but you're hitting the perfect numbers, you might be getting results, but your body's going to be a mess. You're not going to be functioning right. So 75 to 80% of what you eat should be really good, healthy stuff, and then pizza and Oreos in the other 20%. And as long as you hit your macros and your calories, you're still going to continue to hit your goals. When I used to have binges, I'd eat a cookie or 2 cookies or 3 cookies, and I'd say, oh, I ruined my diet because I cheated, and then I'd have 5,000 calories of trash afterward. That's not necessary, because I was holding off from the things I enjoyed eating for so long, 5 days, 10 days, and then I'd collapse. But if you incorporate a cookie or 2 or some low-fat ice cream or even a piece of pizza throughout the week, then you're never really starving for it. You don't miss it. So essentially, tracking calories with an app called MyFitnessPal, which just makes it really easy, is what's going to allow you to hit your goals. It doesn't get much more complicated than that. Eat healthy food, track it, and you're there. Literally, it's not very complicated at all. It's really simple. It's really simple. Like I said, I didn't make any of this up. I just followed what other people said. And once I did it, I saw results. But I'm just putting it out there. And it's really helped me, so hopefully it can help you. So hope you enjoyed this, and have yourself a good one. Later.